Jen back with you. We're going to do our third tasting, and we're actually going to reveal what this one is. I am going to discuss rye whiskeys with two wonderful rye women. I'm going to bring up two Kims, actually. Kim and Kim, please join me. Walk my way. So we're here earlier.
You're in there.
See, this is what happens when I had too much to sip on, and I'm just tasting.
Why am I so tired?
But this will happen. So are either of you familiar with rye whiskeys? Not at all. Have you had rye whiskey before?
If I did, I don't know it.
Okay, that's plain. That's Kim.
I have sampled it. I am not an expert in it at all.
And okay, that'll do. Perfect. So we're going to talk about three different rye whiskeys. What's cool about rye is that it's no different than bourbon or wheat whiskey. And what I mean by that is if it's classified as rye whiskey, we know it's at least 51% rye. The predominant grain has to be the name of that grain. We're calling it, in this case, rye. Easy peasy. The cool thing that I presented before us are rye whiskeys that are truly high mash bill of rye. We're talking 95%. So that leaves just 5% for malted barley. That's a lot of rye. So if you don't like spice, you're probably going to hate me after tasting this, but you'll appreciate what rye whiskeys should taste like. So with that, we'll start out really in rapid order, tasting our rye whiskeys and looking at them for color differentiation. And we'll hang on here, ladies.
We're just smelling.
We will engage the in-person audience as well. See what happens when you got all this female energy? It's fantastic. Okay, so as we smell together, what are we getting?
I don't smell anything.
Oh my, do you really not?
Really light.
Light for sure. This, I know exactly what it is. They're all rye, by the way, but I know the producer because it's a particular nose note that I get every time. You must smell this again. Dig in there. You just got to let it just hang around that glass because, oh my God, it's totally that nose. It smells like dill pickles. Do you not get dill pickles?
No.
Smell my glass. Stick your nose in there.
Oh, yours smells different.
Because you have a little plastic cup.
Yeah.
This is truly
That's
dill
a
pickle.
lot easier to.
And I know exactly what that is by the nose. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. So, cheap, I
making
know,
sure we're
nose
in the right
notes.
order.
This is totally, so
Yeah.
we'll just be sharing nosing because these little glasses aren't helping them be informed. Oh my God, this is purely dill pickle. So that tells me I know exactly what it is. What's similar to dill pickle, we know, right? Like pumpernickel and things like that. So, let's see what the second one is. Oh, it's interesting, a little more. So, smell mine, because you probably aren't getting any. You can pass
I get
it.
more on that one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, yours is definitely stronger.
So, there's an interest, like in the shape of a glass, obviously, because the fluted glass allows so much of the aromatics to be centered right where you need to smell it for the olfactory bulb. So, this is similar, but it's not dill pickle. What would you get on your nose? How would you describe this if you had to describe it? You were forced to describe it. What might come to mind?
Oh my gosh. I'm not a chef. I'm not a cook.
I don't have the words for it. I don't know.
I know,
how
but
to describe it.
Maybe a little bit of so I think of grassy. I think of things that have an earthy nose. This is really quite distinguished. But it also has that sort of dill quality, like a dill spice, not as prominent as the other one. And I get a little bit of sweetness, but I'm used to smelling oak. So, this is a little less dill on the nose and a lot more oak. Oh, now this is completely different. Like
This
night
is
and day
really
different. Like night and day different.
Not so light.
Oh,
You can't smell it in these little ones.
But you can smell.
I smelled it in the
Right.
Yeah. Again, I don't know what I'm smelling.
But you don't have the dill in it. You don't
No,
have
right?
that spot that's saying. I don't know
Exactly.
what I would call it.
I'd agree. I don't get the dill note that I got in the first one, but you get so much coming out of this one. Like if you put your finger, what might you think this is? So I get a little more sweetness. I get a little more savoriness. This is like sweet and savory. It's confusing on the nose because I get both savory, like a herbaceous note, and I also get a sweet note, and I'm suspecting that's from the actual oak. That's what I suspect.
Would that be the oak from the barrel?
Yes. Exactly right. Yeah, it's interesting. I like the nose. I love the nose of the first one. I already know what that is, although I know all three of them. But these other two are new to me. So the first one I'm a fan of, and I brought it just because I love it, and it's my favorite whiskey. And the others they're all the same mash bill. So we're talking 95.5, 95.5, 95.5. So we're going to get rye across the board. The difference is how they're distilled. So if we have how they're distilled and how they're aged. So one that's a little younger, it might not be as aged as long, so we might get a lot more spice notes. One that's younger, might be a little more rambunctious on the palate. One that's a little more seasoned and mellowed. It has this elegance to it that just excites my palate. So I'm excited to try that out. Should we go with it?
Yeah, we're tasting.
Yeah, let's start left to right. Whoa. So this is a shocker. This is smooth and inviting initially, and then
Yeah.
it like
Surprises
you're
you.
like, holy cow, what'd you do to me? This is so cool. It is like, this is a rad dram. I love it because it's all right in your face, but it's only on the end. You're like, damn, you're good.
I like that.
I like it. It just like struggles with you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you enticed me, and now you like, you throw it out there for me, and I can't help but love you. Isn't that pretty cool?
It
Yeah, I
is.
like it. It's
I
good.
like it a lot.
What do you guys think in the in-person audience? Do you feel a little that like I'm like, it's hot, it's got me, it's a bit spicy?
Three.
What? Oh,
Love number three.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Claire, where'd you get on the? We're on one.
One.
Okay, so they moved on. Robbie, what did you get on one? A lot of too much. Okay. We're going to move on to two because our in-person is really involved in something else. Let's just move on to number two, shall we? Okay. Huh. This is completely different.
Yep.
Completely different. So I have to be honest, I've never had these, but I've been told they're fantastic. So this one is interesting for me. I don't know about you, but on my palate, I'm getting a little bit of licorice. I'm getting that sort of brininess, which is confusing on my palate, and slight sweetness. It's almost dysfunctional on the palate. It's disruptive. It's not smooth and flowing. Where the first one was mellow, it was chill. I loved every bit of it. And then it punched me with a bit of
What's
spice.
the burning? What
It's-
causes that?
The spice.
Okay.
Right.
That's it, rye. Yeah. It's just not well incorporated. So this for me feels a bit.
Yeah.
It's just dysfunctional.
Young?
Yeah, it's
So
young.
young.
Young is a bit
That's a good word.
rambunctious. Right? Like I can see it if it was aged a little more, it might offer something that's intriguing and like, oh my goodness, I like you. But I'm confused with it. So I'm not so much a fan of the second one. But it doesn't offend me. It's just not what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Third one?
Third one, let's do it.
Number three.
We're on number three. We've finally caught up for the in-person inhalers, I might say. Oh,
It's like a nice in between from the other ones.
it is. It's exactly
It's in between both of them. Yep.
But it's softer. The finish is not as powerful as the first one that slammed you.
Yes.
Right?
The finish kind of opens.
Exactly.
After.
Yep.
Exactly right. But
The
it doesn't
finish.
open with spice.
Yeah.
It opens with like this inhale, almost mint. It's quite intriguing. This one threw me off, and I've had it before. I just don't taste it as a tasting by itself. I actually dig that one. The first one still is my first and my favorite, but I like that last one.
My favorite's the last one because
Explosive on the end.
it's not. I would say that it opens up completely at the end.
So it offers more at the end.
Yes.
Versus throwing
Yes.
something at you,
Yes.
having something in the middle, and punching you at the end as the first one did. This just blossoms on
It
your
does.
palate.
That's a great word, blossom. I think that's a fantastic word for how it
Because it's
opens
growing,
up
right? Yeah.
and settles in. Perfect.
I dig that. I can appreciate that. What about you, Kim?
I think I like the first one. I think I'm with you.
Yeah, I really
It was
love the first
surprising.
one. I think, and I love spice. So for me, I like that
Yeah.
element of punching me a little.
It stays with you.
It stays
and I
with
like
you.
that.
Absolutely right. Where the last one I absolutely like as well. It's a hybrid.
Yep.
That you explained.
Yep.
It's truly a hybrid of the two on the palate. It has that interesting spice, but not really like spicing and enjoying it. It's just more like, whoa, you've just enveloped into something different. So I find it intriguing. But the first one by far was my favorite. So since you don't drink, you don't really know what we're tasting, right? So these we did last time. We're going to move them over so that we don't get confused. Let's bring out our first, second, and third. So this would have been the second one, which I tried just today. The last one is this.
This is the second one?
Is missing, but it would be George Dickel. George, so Dickel's good, right?
The third one was
Robbie
Dickel?
agrees. So the first one, what's that?
The third one was Dickel?
No, the first one is missing. It's Dickel.
Okay.
George Dickel is phenomenal for me. I love their rye, and some will disagree, but I love George Dickel's rye. I think it just has a smooth elegance to it. It just like warms me in and out, and then it punches me at the end. I just love that. So that's like my favorite. Maybe there's something about me, masochistic. I don't know, but I do love George Dickel. It is fantastic. And this was brand new for me. I'd never heard of, but I think it's rabbit hole. It's different. It's definitely different. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan. I'm not offended by it, but it doesn't wow me like it reads.
Is this the second one then?
That was the second
Okay.
one. And the last one was Redemption Rye. And this is it's actually, yeah, it's Indiana, but it's bottled in Kentucky. Someone's going there soon. So yeah, they're great ryes. George Dickel is just my favorite. You in the audience, did you have a favorite, Robbie? Right, my man. Yeah, Dickel's smooth. It's like that.
Solid.
It's
Solid
just
choice.
there, and it's not overpriced. Surprisingly, it's a very reasonable dram, and it's just got enough nuances that you're like, wow. But then it punches you with that spice, and that's just also exciting to me. It just wows me. Did you have a favorite? Your last one was a favorite.
I like the last
So the
one.
Redemption. So we've got Dickel, Redemption. Claire, did you have a favorite? So you liked Redemption.
Redemption.
So now you have a good one. Jay,
Redemption.
of course you liked Redemption.
Always looking
Michelle, shall I ask?
always looking for redemption.
Oh, we got a Redemption crew here. Wow. I like it in cocktails. I absolutely love it in cocktails. But I can drink Dickel, like Robbie, like Kim, on its own and hang out and have the best time all by myself because I love George Dickel's rye. It's outrageous. Bourbon, not as much, but so. Any other questions? Anyone in the audience that might want to ask a question before we conclude? Last chance. We're tuning out. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time. Bye.